People will ask me sometimes, Pete, is a home inspection really worth 400 bucks? I mean, am I going to get my value out of this? Yes, you will, and I always recommend it. Here's a little chat I had and an example of what a home inspector does. For 20 years, I've been dedicating my best efforts to helping my clients get the most for their homes in the shortest amount of time. In 20 years, I've learned a lot and I'm learning more. Get ready to share with me. Welcome to the Pete DeYoung Show. Today we're here with Brad Stinson of Blueprint Home Inspections, and Brad's been the guy that I've been referring clients to for a number of years. I've gone through a number of home inspectors over the last 20 years, but eventually you sort of settle on a guy that you like and you trust, and your clients say good things about. So this is Brad, you with Blueprint Home Inspections. How long have you been a home inspector, Brad?
Well, I started in home inspections before home inspectors existed, 40 years ago.
Come on.
I was an appraiser.
Okay.
And back then, 40 years ago, you had to be an appraiser. Appraisers did everything. And then eventually appraisers didn't want to do the inspection part, they wanted the value. So kind of split, and I did appraisals and inspections. And then about 15 years ago, I went back on the home inspection side because it's a lot more interesting. Really.
Awesome, yeah. So today's a little different because today we're doing a townhouse, and it's a little bit different than a home inspection on a detached house because there's some stuff in a townhouse that we're not as concerned about. We want to know the shape of the roof and stuff like that, but those things are covered up by the condo association, the condo board, and their insurance and that kind of stuff. So what are we looking for today, especially then, Brad?
Well, because it's a townhouse condo, I'm going to do basically the same thing I would always do.
Okay.
In home inspection, I start off, you look at the roof. There's systems in the house. What's the roofing system? I'm going to do a video of this roof because it's a two-story.
Okay.
And then we can look at that video afterwards.
Okay.
Look at the eaves and make sure the water's draining away okay. Even though it's a townhouse, still do a foundation inspection, make sure nothing's moving in this particular block.
Okay.
So we're going to check the foundation. We're going to check to make sure the window trim is good. There's no place where water's coming in.
Right.
That's outside.
Okay.
Then come back inside. Let's still check the insulation in the attic. Make sure it's insulated properly.
Yeah.
It's got vapor barriers in place.
Right.
There's no humidity up there.
Yeah.
Enough insulation to cover everything. And then going to go down and check out all the utility room. Make sure the furnace is working good. The electrical wiring is correct at the panel.
Okay.
Going to check out the plumbing. Make sure it's working. Check out the hot water tank. Do the furnace, run the furnace through one complete cycle, make sure everything's firing correctly. It's the hardest working piece of equipment in the house, is that furnace. Okay. Once the furnace is finished, we're going to start going room to room. I always start in the kitchen, and in the kitchen I run through all the appliances, make sure they're working all right.
You do test all the appliances?
Oh yeah, I run them all.
Perfect, okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure everything's working okay.
Yeah.
Oftentimes there's little things wrong with them.
Right, and there are inspectors, by the way, that don't check appliances. So one of the reasons I like that. Yeah.
There's a list of things home inspectors are supposed to look for.
Right.
You have to look for things. And there's things you don't have to look for.
Yeah.
But I find that my customers often ask me about appliances, so I check them. I want to make sure I check them out.
Quick personal story about Brad is the first time I used him, I think you were referred by somebody else, but he was the first home inspector I ever had that actually took a sample of some black mildew or mold. We didn't know what it was, but actually put it in a sealed container and brought it to a lab and had it checked out, and then let us know, in this case, that it wasn't black mold. But oftentimes, home inspectors, in my opinion, will say, could be this, could be that, check it out, we don't know. And I'm going, well, you're not really helping in that case. So Brad actually takes it to the lab and gets it checked out and let us know. That was...
Yeah, I try and use my opinion on things as best I can. I don't know everything. And there is to know about a house, but there's a lot of things.
But you built a house from scratch too, isn't that?
Numerous houses, renovated them.
And built one from scratch too, though.
Right? Oh yeah. I built two from scratch actually.
Yeah.
Well, I used to work for a framer. I'm a foundation guy.
Yeah.
I did cribbing for years. I worked for an electrician for a while. Done all my own plumbing. So.
Does he sound like he probably knows what he's doing? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get on to the inspection.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. Awesome. Good.
Watch the video here.
Okay.
Often I watch it with the customer so they can see their roof.
Mm-hmm. And that's a GoPro you're using, Brad?
Yeah. Use a GoPro. Move the video onto the iPad. inspection reports on the iPad.
This is what the roof looks like.
This is a typical home inspector's kit. Well, most don't have them like this, but you got a thermal camera, you got a screwdriver, typical screwdriver small enough I could take electrical panels apart, the iPad for doing the report, a flashlight that makes an even light so you don't get a lot of glare on the photos.
You use that up in the attic and stuff like that.
Yeah. Moisture meter, registers the moisture behind tile and whatnot. You have a little electrical tester, another electrical tester back here. This tests the plug. I've got a little light I can put on my head if I go inside places. Tape measure. Use this in case I want to see if the floor is level.
Ah, a ball.
Yeah, well, of course,
high tech.
There's different things like different screwdrivers and different end piece nuts for opening up furnaces and that sort of thing. Wiring to connect stuff up. This is interesting. This is my GoPro camera, and you record right onto one of those little cards like that. Stick it in here, take it over onto my iPad, so my customers can see their roof instantly after I record it with that. So that's generally what you got. You got a little carbon monoxide sensor down there, and it all wraps up into a nice tiny little kit. All the main stuff. There's more stuff in my vehicle. That, you know, if I had to do a test for leaking gas or something like that.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Brad.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, click here. If you have any other questions or would like some more information from me, comment down below or text me at the number at the end of this video.